Saludos amigos fanáticos, nos encontramos en un setup totalmente distinto. No estamos grabando donde regularmente grabamos, nos encontramos en los Estados Unidos. Y este contenido lo estoy adelantando por el mero hecho de que esta persona a la que vamos a estar entrevistando está de cumpleaños en el día de hoy. Y es nuestro panita Yerall. Este contenido lo grabé esta semana, pero vamos a honrar, ¿verdad? Y vamos a desearle un feliz cumpleaños a Yerall, su año número 23. Y por eso estamos adelantando, ¿verdad? Este contenido. Quiero darle las gracias a la buena gente de Unique Drag Photo porque hicieron que esto fuera posible. Pudimos coordinar todo con tiempo y gracias a Dios, ¿verdad? Lo logramos tener entonces a Yerall en entrevista, pero no me quiero ir sin antes darle las gracias a la buena gente de MECTEC College, teoría y práctica, la fórmula del éxito. También a la buena gente de Polluelo Auto Corp. Gracias también a la buena gente de LP Fast Electric. Gente, necesitas un perito electricista, www.lpfastelectric.com. Gracias también a la buena gente de Liqui Moly, porque todo lo que conduce funciona mejor con Liqui Moly. Y también gracias a la buena gente de la Cruz Motorsports. No pierdas la señal de tu trigger, utiliza los productos de la Cruz Motorsports. Habiendo dejado claro las personas que respaldan este proyecto, Corillo, Yerall, un chamaquito que se está abriendo puertas en la categoría Sport Front Wheel Drive. Un prodigio, un chamaco que yo quise entrevistar, ser el primero que quiso invertir tiempo en él y lo logramos. Creo que es un chamaco que sinceramente ha hecho mucho en poco tiempo. Y la entrevista va a ser en español y en inglés. Vamos a tratar, ¿verdad?, de entender esa vuelta. ¿Por qué? Porque tenemos... ¿verdad? Yerall habla full inglés, entiende el español, pero ¿verdad? También hay un público en inglés que merece entender todas las cosas que se hablaron. Así que nada, Corillo, los dejo con esta entrevista y espero que se la disfruten. Y Yerall, feliz cumpleaños, brother. Este es el regalo nuestro, ¿verdad? De parte de tu familia, de parte de la familia de Stream Drag Photo. Muchas bendiciones y vamos allá, Corillo. Saludos amigos fanáticos, nos encontramos aquí. En esta ocasión estoy en el norte de los Estados Unidos. Tuvimos la oportunidad de salir de PR porque creo que este muchacho tiene mucho que decir, y quise compartir este espacio con nuestro pana Yerall. Públicamente quiero agradecer la oportunidad que me dieron tus papás, ¿verdad? De la buena gente de Unique Drag Photo por abrirme las puertas de tu hogar. Y Yerall, vamos a estar entre español e inglés porque Yerall domina el inglés, ¿verdad? Obviamente, y queremos hacerlo de esta manera. So, Yerall, if you want to say hi to all the fans there.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. No, yo espero que sea un hombre de muchas palabras. Yerall, de verdad que te agradezco la oportunidad. Thank you for the opportunity that you give me to have you in this conversation. Okay.
It's a pleasure.
So, Yerall, yo entiendo que en este momento, I think that in this moment, you're relevant. Right now, everybody is talking about that the things that you do right now in the sport. Yo creo que en este momento tú eres bien relevante. Y primero agradezco la oportunidad. I really want to say thank you that you give me this opportunity. And let's talk about drag racing. Let's go. First of all, cuando tú eras pequeño, ¿verdad? Sabemos y estoy consciente, ¿verdad? Y estoy claro de que tus papás son una influencia grande, ¿verdad? I'm pretty sure that your parents give you the way,
Yeah.
in this sport. But I really want to know, what is your experience since you're a child? The way that you see your parents. ¿De qué manera tú ves tus papás y esa influencia que ellos dejaron en ti para tú haber logrado lo que hasta hoy día tú lo has logrado?
Well, I saw them as they would let me try everything. I tried art, I tried sports, I tried everything. I did everything I wanted to do. I tried everything, but it always came back to where, drag racing. Always. It always came back to that.
Me estás diciendo que básicamente ellos te dieron el libre albedrío de escoger entre deportes, artes, pero siempre regresabas a lo que era la base. Me estás hablando que el drag racing fue la base de lo que has hecho desde pequeño. Yo quiero que ahora, si tú me hablas de la base, yo necesito que ahora tú me expliques de pequeño qué es lo que tú recuerdas del deporte, que fue lo que de manera inconsciente trabajó en ti para que hoy día, ¿verdad? Tú pudieras estar en la posición en la que estás. I really want to know your parents do a few things that you are going to develop this passion in drag racing. So I really want to know what are those steps that you as a kid do.
I don't remember the car, but I remember my dad racing. He had him started. He raced bracket. It was 12A nitrous, and I remember going to my uncle Lucho, his shop, and he's building chassis all the time. Since I could remember, he was always having chassis in the back, welding, cutting, everything. So my earliest memory as a kid was on the sofa. I had my Hot Wheels. I had them all lined up, and they were just doing straight back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I never did turns. I never did drifting, back and forth, back and forth. Burnout, stage, go. Always.
Siempre tuviste esa influencia de parte de tu papá, ¿verdad? De cuando tuvo la Starlet, lo recuerdas de que fue corredor. Añádele eso entonces, ¿verdad? A tu tío Lucho, que, ¿verdad? Que estuvo bien envuelto y que desde pequeño estuviste viendo que él estuvo constantemente fabricando chasis. So at the end of the day, all that influence, at the end of the day, that influence make you what you are right now.
Yeah, like we would, as a family, we would travel, we would do like roller coasters, like theme parks, we would go to national parks, we would hike, we would camp, we would do everything. But I always remember going to ACO, I always remember going to Maple Grove, I always remember going to English Town, I remember going to Salinas, I remember all those things more than everything else.
So those tips give you at the end of the day the way that you are already walking right now.
Like when I was in maybe elementary school, I had a laptop and I was on GRSmotorsport.com all day. That's all I did, GRS and YouTube, that's it.
Sí, que en aquel momento, ¿verdad? Mientras te estuviste desarrollando, los videos de GRS estuvieron influyendo sobre ti y hoy día, ¿verdad? Puedes disfrutar del deporte. ¿En qué momento? Me gustaría saber en qué momento tú definiste que esto era lo que tú querías hacer. In what moment, as a kid, you establish in your mindset that drag racing is going to be the way that I want to spend my time doing drag racing.
That's hard. I can't remember exactly. I just remember it was definitely in high school. After I got out of like the gaming, I just always wanted to go to the track. I did junior street. I got my license junior street, and that's when I really wanted to race a lot. So yeah, it had to be like between middle school and high school when I started, I guess, puberty. When I got puberty, that was when like my life was set. I wanted to race.
Sí, que al final del día, esa influencia que tú tuviste, ¿verdad? Ya sea de pequeño, definitivamente fue la que marcó la diferencia de querer hacer una cosa o la otra. Mencionaste el gaming, muchas de tu generación hoy día son personas que son gaming, se dedicaron a hacer eso, pero simple y sencillamente encontraste tu pasión en lo que tuviera que ver con carros. Ya que me hablas de GRS y que me hablas de esa época fuerte, ¿verdad? De los 2000, me gustaría saber qué categoría o qué carros te gustaba ver más y por qué.
When I went to the track, my favorite car was Atrevida. That was my favorite car. I don't know if it was maybe I was younger, the wing, the red, the blue, the gray, the yellow. Maybe it was the colors, but it was always Atrevida. That was the car that I liked the most. Pero when I would go on YouTube and on GRS, I was watching videos de bracket, de the Civics running 12 seconds, the 13-second starlets. I was watching Index and Bracket. Pero my favorite car growing up was Atrevida.
O sea que a través de la Starlet La Atrevida fue que pudiste cautivarte, ¿verdad? Y poder mirar con una perspectiva distinta lo que es el deporte, ¿verdad? Desarrollando el gusto y estableciendo, mira, me gusta este carro, me gusta aquel, me gusta esto, pero me estás diciendo que por alguna extraña razón los videos de los Index 1050, entiéndase pistones versus rotores, el bracket, realmente te capturó la atención.
I don't know why. I always remember my youngest memory is watching a black EG Civic on the quarter mile view over the bridge in Salina, coming down racing Starlet. That's my earliest memory of watching drag racing. Como like noticing it, that was my taste.
So at the end of the day, I really want to know why you pick front wheel drive over rear wheel drive, even when your dad established from too young age.
Yeah.
He's an old school guy.
Yeah.
So you bring to the table and other things that you really want to be a new school guy.
Yeah.
Quiero saber, sabiendo que tu papá desde temprano estuvo corriendo carros old school, tracción trasera, ¿qué te trajo a ti a la pasión de los tracción delantera?
The perfect example is we have 1979 RX-7 and we had my Civic, the 98 Civic. We had both of them ahí. Already from a young age, I knew the RX-7 was more expensive, more specialized, it was harder to get into it. Because you had to know somebody to do the motor, you had to know somebody to do the chassis, you had to know everybody to get that car running to a good spot. But Civic was easier to get into, easier to learn, and there was more support in this area.
Quiere decir entonces que preferiste irte por la tracción delantera por la opinión, o sea, por la oportunidad que tienes de que otras personas estén trabajando directo contigo en el área, y entendías que entonces un R7 era un poquito más complicado de poderlo desarrollar, el development, las piezas eran más delicados, y lo viste de manera inteligente de poder invertir en lo que tú pudieras hacer y sostener, en vez de irte a algo que era insostenible.
Yeah, it was just I've always been some like, I guess, more cautious of things like that, like where I would rather be able to do something to the full potential than have to spend 3 years. Because imagine I got the RX-7 instead of the Civic. It would take me years to get the RX-7 to where the Civic was. Compared to the Civic, I could start slow and slowly build up.
Sí, que viste entonces la oportunidad de que con tu Civic pues pudiste desarrollarla poco a poco, corriéndola en la calle, entrando en esta dinámica, ¿verdad? Del ajuste, y lo pudiste hacer que el dinero que ibas a gastar lo ibas a gastar poco a poco, pero que eventualmente ibas a llevar el carro a ese nivel, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
No que en el R7 pues tenías que hacer el R7 bien hecho desde cero para poder quizás, ¿verdad? Aspirar a tener un buen carro.
Even though my dream was always to build un RX-7 Starlet. I don't have preference, but I knew when I was 17, 16 ahí que it wasn't smart, you know.
Sí, que cuando tenías tus 16 años no era muy inteligente irte para la categoría de R7, cuando realmente la posibilidad era mucho más grande en mucho menos tiempo desarrollando la onda.
You know, my parents, we don't have a shop. We don't have, like, my dad he works 9 to 5, roofing. He's not a mechanic, he don't have a chassis shop, he don't have a machine shop, he don't nothing. So we're building a car from nothing, so why would I go looking for something that I can afford or can't do?
Definitivamente fue lo más inteligente, ¿sabes? Claro que sí. Hay algo que me llama la atención y me gustaría empezar a establecer, porque ya me estás hablando, ya desarrollé el tema de los gustos. I already know that what you like and what you don't like. Mm-hmm. I really want to know how you become a photographer. Do you find the way to be a fiebru, you know, a real fiebru, behind the camera to eventually get what you want as a drag racing?
Okay, so the photography, it started on Forza on Xbox. Okay, they have camera mode.
Yes.
So that's when I started social media. So there was a group of us, we would take pictures on Forza and post it on Instagram. Cause I'm artistic. So, you know, I like to take pictures, and that was the easiest way to learn to take pictures. So that transfers over, you know, I get a camera, and I go to the pista. I'm always going. So then when I go to the track, I put my passion and my other passion, art, together. So then when I go to, at first it was for art, así como, but eventually it turned into taking pictures was a way to get closer, to observe and to learn, to get more familiar with the drivers, the mechanics, the tuners, everybody.
Sí, que la plataforma de la foto realmente lo que hace es que establece esa base para entonces a través de la foto tú poder estar cerca del deporte y observar cómo otras personas lo hacen, y ese conocimiento lo estás absorbiendo para que eventualmente utilizarlo cuando tuvieras el carro. O sea que la fotografía la utilizaste, ese arte, la fotografía sacia la parte tuya del arte, y de una vez también es un proyecto de investigación a ver cómo tú puedes llegar a practicar el drag racing.
Exactly. Because when you're sitting there on the line, I mean, not everybody does it, but I like to pay attention to the racers. I pay attention to the races just as much as I pay attention to the pictures. So I take the picture, but I'm paying attention to the race. I'm paying attention to how they stage, how they do the burnout, how they go about, if it's bracket, how they bracket race. You know, it was taking pictures, and it was, you know, capturing the moment. But it was also learning what they're doing in the moment. I mean,
sí, que a través del lente tuviste la oportunidad de aprender cómo ellos hacen el burnout, cómo hacen el stage, cómo hacen todos los procesos, porque esos procesos son repetitivos. ¿Sabes? Todo el mundo hace exactamente lo mismo y lo pudiste utilizar a favor tuyo para poder desarrollarte como driver aún sin tener vehículo. ¿Sabes? Pero ya tenías una base de que diga, ok, mira, pues yo empecé de esta manera, ya observo, ya yo sé dónde puedo empezar y qué yo puedo hacer y qué no lo puedo hacer.
Yeah, and also también que there's people like taking pictures because they know racing. So when you're sitting there with them, you can ask them a question and they'll tell you, like, you know, like there's my friend Tim, that he's un OG the English town, that he did front wheel drive since the beginning, and there's like, you know, a lot of other people that they know racing, but they're taking pictures. So you learn a lot from them también.
Claro, sí, que todos empezamos. Mira, yo te puedo decir por lo menos de mi experiencia. Yo cuando en mi temporada de chofer, pues yo tenía unas metas con el carro y las logré, pero encontré en la foto una manera de saciar mi necesidad de estar cerca del deporte, sin tener que tener la responsabilidad de tener un carro, y sin tener que tener ese gasto que conlleva llevar un carro, que no siempre podía. Pero encontré en la foto la manera de yo saciar ese fiebre. ¿Entiendes? I found a way behind my camera that I satisfy the fiebre inside of me, you know, and that gives me the perspective that I can be close to my sports without spending a total amount of money in my car just to be there, you know. And I found a way to see from another way my sports in drag racing and satisfy my passion behind the camera. So I don't know if you feel the same way, you know.
The thing with me is I'm very numerical. I like numbers. I like time slips. I have hundreds of pictures of time slips on my phone because that's what I like. Ever since even in school, I liked math. So like I like to race because I like to see the time slips. I like to compare 60 foot, compare 8, compare mile per hour. That's what I like. So the taking pictures was to get familiar, but the racing is what really, you know, when I see the time slip is what really, like, you know, it gives me what I want from racing.
So you think that since you're born you're going to be a drag racing?
Yeah.
That's the way you see when you put in the front of a mirror, you see a drag racing, the legit drag racing. Yeah.
Like if you go on my YouTube channel, I made that YouTube channel when I was 16, 17. The caption I put when I made the channel was, watch me. This is my YouTube, my journey to become a pro racer, and I'm also going to build my all-motor Civic.
Sí, que desde una vez pues tuviste la oportunidad de abrir tu canal de YouTube, pues anunciaste que esta es la manera para tú poder llevar lo que era, ¿verdad?, tus habilidades, y que eventualmente te ibas a convertir, ¿verdad?, en un corredor pro, y que eventualmente ibas a tener tu Civic, ¿verdad? Yerall, hay algo que es cierto, y es que todo el mundo quiere ser corredor, pero no todo el mundo tiene las habilidades. ¿En qué momento, ya después que hiciste el proyecto de la chilindrina, en qué momento tú te diste cuenta de que tú tenías las habilidades? In what moment you know that I have the ability to do this for living, you know, as a drag racing? What happened in your life in the moment that you say, oh, you know what, I think I'm good doing this?
I knew when I won my first event I ever raced. When I won the last round on whole shot, because I did an old 22 light, I went to the track alone. I didn't have my best friend Joey, he wasn't there. My sister was too young to get into the track, and my mom was recording. My dad was in Puerto Rico. I did it all by myself. I won my first event I ever raced. I had my license for not even a month, and I won my first event.
O sea que llegaste a un momento en el que pusiste todas tus habilidades en ese momento, y el primer evento que tú participas lo ganas. Y ahí es donde tú te diste cuenta, mano, yo soy bueno en esto.
Yep, exactly.
O sea, que empiezas entonces con un W.
Yep.
Tu carrera.
In my car.
En tu propio carro. ¿Qué te llevó y por qué? ¿Qué te llevó a hacer un carro como el que tú tienes?
Obviously we're unique.
Yes.
So my car, when I got it, everyone's saying, "Oh, those cars are that body style's too heavy. Do this, do that." And what I did was I stuck with the car and I did the opposite of what everyone told me. Everyone said, make it K series, make it durable, make it this. I made it B series. It's true to the car. Como the SI, the 99 2000 is B series. I left the car true to the SI, B series. I made it all motor, and everyone said the car's too heavy, and I proved that body with that motor can run with a lot less than what people said you need to run.
Sí, que tomaste la decisión de hacer ese build porque querías demostrar que con un Serie B se podía correr all motor y que fuera reliable, ¿verdad? Y que fuera un carro que se podía llegar a los números o ser ganador de esa manera, y que se podía gastar mucho menos de lo que la gente pensaba para poder correr.
Yeah.
Ahora mismo estás corriendo en la zona de los 10.5, ¿verdad que sí? Y has tenido bastante éxito, ¿verdad que sí? ¿Cuán difícil fue llegar al punto de tener que abandonar la cámara para entonces cambiar la cámara por el guía? How hard is take the camera down, put it in the floor to get your car and drive? You know, just abandon your photography career and make the upgrade to drag racing as a driver.
It wasn't hard because I see so many people, they were ex-racers, that they come back to taking pictures, taking videos. And I look at it as I can always go back. But when you're 67 years old, it's in danger to race. So I'd rather race now. I have the means, I have the money, I have the time, I have the resource. And then when I can't no more is when I'll go back to taking pictures. And I still take pictures. Yeah. I do it when I'm not racing. I take pictures of all my friends' cars. I take pictures of testing tune. Whenever I'm not racing, I'll take pictures. I still love it. It's my art. It's my passion. But I knew that I can always go back. It's something I can go back on.
Sí, que abandonas la fotografía sabiendo que en cualquier momento puedes volver a regresar, pero sin dejar de desarrollar el racer. Y de hecho, me estás diciendo que aún cuando no estás corriendo, pues puedes regresar a tirar fotos y sigue siendo entonces ¿verdad? Yerall, el de Unique. So, hay algo que me llama mucho la atención, y quiero que tú me hables de la perspectiva de cómo tú ves el deporte. ¿Cómo se siente pasar de ser el amigo de todos detrás de la cámara a en muchas ocasiones ahora ser el competidor de todas esas personas que eran amigos tuyos? So I really want to know how do you live between be a friend of all drag racings, and now become this race against those guys that right now in the beam are your enemies. How do you make that change? That's mindset. How do you change that?
Well, como like a friend, I go in the lanes before we were racing. I say hi to everybody. We all help each other. Like the people that aquí in Northeast, the index, we're tight. Like we're all friends. We all help each other. If you have a flat tire and I'm not racing, I'll give you my flat tire. I'll give you my tire.
Yeah.
You know, like that's how we are. So before we even race, we're all before and after the race we're friends. Like there's some people that they stop buying pictures. They stop talking to you because you beat them in the race one time.
Yeah.
You already know how they are.
That's part of the business. So.
Yeah, that's how they are.
Yeah.
But I come like a racer. I like it because I know how they race. I race so many people that I know what messes them up. So como un racer, it's good because I know everybody. I watched them for years. I know how they race. I watch the videos. I know how they race. So it's easy for me to make a plan on how to race them.
Sí, que al final del día, haber sido amigo de ellos y haber sido fanático de ellos, hoy, pues, al estar detrás del guía, ¿verdad? Ahora corres en contra de ellos, pero haber desarrollado esa amistad, pues hoy día lo puedes utilizar y están los que se molestan cuando tú ganas y están los que también, ¿verdad? Se celebran cuando ganas, pero pudiste encontrar la manera de hacer un balance entre las dos cosas y por haberlos conocido a ellos corriendo, siguiéndolos y estar pendiente de ellos, pues hoy tienes las herramientas para poder guerrear contra ellos, ¿verdad? Y poder participar de los eventos. Yerall, para seguir la línea del carro, para entonces irnos al otro tema, hay algo que a mí me llama la atención y es que tienes un R7. Me parece entonces que la idea inicial no la has abandonado y que a futuro tienes planes de crear algo que sea old school.
Yeah.
Right now you have an RX-7, I think it's the first gen, right?
Yeah.
So you have la Chilindrina already ready to run, okay, turnkey, but you already get that RX-7. Do you still having plans to build something for old school, maybe turbo or something like that? Is that in your mind?
Yeah.
That possibility?
So this is the perfect way to explain it. My red Civic it's my canvas. I built that car to show that I can build a car, I can race a car, I can compete in events, and I can prove that como I'm well rounded. I can build, I can drive, and I can compete. So that gave me an opportunity to drive other front wheel drives. Now I drove Luis Martes, my engine builder. I drove his car and I got semi-finals in Pan Am and Bracket Pro. And then driving that car, I got my license, and now I'm racing sport front wheel drive for Preonto. But now that same idea is coming for the RX-7. Que I'm gonna build it. Well, my Lucho's gonna do the chassis. Luis Martes is gonna do my motor, but I'm gonna tune it and I'm gonna wire it and I'm gonna drive it. To prove that I'm not just un Hondero. That I can do everything. And that's the purpose of my car, is to prove that they're my canvas. I can prove I can do everything, and the idea is to build them to prove myself, so then I can have the opportunity to drive other cars.
Sí, que el R7 básicamente utilizaste la plataforma de la Honda para probarte a ti mismo de que puedes fabricarla, de que la puedes guiar, de que la puedes tunear. Pero también a eso le quieres añadir de que puedes hacer un old school de la misma manera y que tú también puedes correr entonces todas las bases con ese proyecto.
Yeah.
Todo lo que tú has hecho es para probarte a ti mismo y para retarte a ti mismo como persona. Todo lo que estoy viendo, por lo que me estás diciendo, me demuestra a que en todo momento compites tú contra ti. ¿Eres tu enemigo? Quiero saber. I really want to know. Do you feel that inside of you, because you tell me I want to prove myself, and you keep doing you keep in saying the same thing. So, do you think that you are your best friend and you are your worst enemy?
Yeah, because I push myself to do things that, like the old school, they have their engine builders, they have their tuners, and they have their drivers, and then they have the car owners. They have that
that's
four,
great.
the fantastic four.
Definitely a drag racing team.
Yeah, they have their team.
The composition of the drag racing team is that the way.
The thing is, I've noticed in outside imports, like domestic guys, they are usually 1-2 man team.
Yeah,
they do everything themselves. So I want to integrate that into the import. That you don't have to pay a tuner to tune your car. You don't have to go with the engine builder everybody goes with. Like, you can do the stuff yourself. You can have your team, but you can't go with the team that everybody has. Because like Wilbur has so many cars, Getty has so many cars, also has so many cars, Chupa has so many cars. To me, it don't make sense to be another bother to another client. Yeah. When the with technology, the internet, you can do that stuff yourself. You can learn yourself. So yeah, I like to I want to push myself to be the next level. I don't have my car don't run fast because somebody else did it.
So at the end of the day, you try to tell me that even if you have to become your own enemy, you have to become your own enemy just to finish your accomplishment.
Yeah, like my biggest fear is racing myself. Like, if I had to race myself, I don't know if I could beat myself. So like, that's the whole motivation. I don't have role models. Like, I don't look up to any driver, anybody. I look up to the idea that the possibilities are endless. That if I don't keep pushing myself, I'm just gonna fall behind. I'm gonna fall into those drivers that they drive, but nobody remembers them. Everybody remembers Chupa for the 627 of the Major League.
Yes.
Everybody remembers Nelsito for running 7s and winning event 7 to 7-6. But that's what I want. I want to have that impact to prove that you don't have, the idea that it's not, you don't have to follow a group to become successful. You can make your own success in your own way.
Sí, me estás queriendo decir entonces que tú puedes crear tu propio destino, que tú puedes tener control de todas esas cosas y que no te gustaría a futuro depender de unas personas, ¿verdad? Y ser una carga adicional para otras personas cuando tú te crees que tienes la capacidad o entiendes que tienes la capacidad de tunear tu carro, mecanearlo, de poder hacer one man show,
yeah.
¿verdad? Y me estás diciendo que tu interés genuino es probarte a ti mismo todos los días que eso se puede lograr y que ese conocimiento se puede adquirir y que eventualmente pues tú lo puedes hacer all by yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it's not all by myself because I have my engine builder, I have my tune, like I tuned, my car was tuned by Abraham, rated R before, Rolo, my friend Berto, like they all show me the things, like, the basis of tuning and, engine building and everything. And, I know my strengths and weaknesses. I don't have the means to build a motor. So that's why I have my guy, Luis Marte. Okay, I trust him to do all the motors for me and my whole team. So, it's recognizing the strengths and weaknesses, but also pushing yourself to strengthen your weaknesses.
Claro, al final del día entonces me estás queriendo decir que tú vas a buscar la manera siempre de empujarte tú mismo para tratar de hacer todo lo que tú puedas hacer, que si vas a tener un equipo de trabajo que te van a fabricar el carro, que tienes tu engine builder, pero que cuando ya todo el proyecto esté finalizado, tú quieres adquirir entonces la responsabilidad que conlleva llevar un carro al nivel que tú lo quieres llevar.
Yeah.
First gen RX-7.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to make that car a rotary engine, or you are going to establish another different thing, like a piston engine with a RX-7 body?
The plans right now are to make it K-Series, tunable. We don't know if it's going to be 3/4, but it's going to be small tires, 28, 10.5.
Sí, que tus planes es hacerlo pistón, turbo, pero stock chassis, lo que viene siendo con 28 por 10 y medio.
And the reason for that is because the rotary community is so tight with their knowledge that unless you pay, it's expensive to get in, and unless you pay a good premium, you're not going to get the results that you want. And the rotary scene is so how do I say it? Like the domestics, they have, Ultra Street, X275, whatever. They have rules to limit the cars, to limit them. The rotaries, there's no rules. It's always whatever you can do, you can do. And I don't want that. I like classes. That's why I always ran 1150, 1050, whatever. It's sport front wheel drive because they have rules, and then with rotaries, there's no rules. So it's always, they all run the same. So the K series, obviously we know with the potential, no war 5.8.
Yes.
But you can put that same thing into a rule with rules like specific turbo, specific weight, and they still prove themselves.
You already talked to me that your car is going to be like an index car. You really want to build an index car, like a 750 car or something.
Build a class car.
Yeah.
Whether it be, well, for us in our events, we only have 750 or street rod or 7.0. That's what we have. But if the car fits into rules and other bodies, como like X275, Ultra Street, Super Street, there's other classes. The car, if I can, I'll go to those.
Yes.
The idea is to build a car that can fit around a rule set. Now I have to pick the rule set still. I haven't picked it yet. But you don't have that with the rotary. The rotary, you have to, you have to pay, let's say, Getty to build a motor. And then Getty has his recipe already. But all the cars run the same. I don't like that. I'd rather put the K series. It's more of a, you have more flexibility. I have my guy doing my thing. He can build it, and then I can decide whether I want to run X275, Ultra Street, whatever. You don't have that flexibility with the rotary. The rotary is always full effort. The K series you can do it by steps.
Sí, que tú encuentras interesante hacer esto serie acá porque esa plataforma te permite ir llevando el carro en crecimiento poco a poco en sus etapas hasta llegar a un punto donde tú puedas decir, pues mira, si yo tengo estas reglas, pues yo llevo mi carro a estas reglas y con estas reglas puedo correr esta categoría, o en esta pista corro esta categoría. So, realmente tu corazón está puesto en tratar de desarrollar esa plataforma para que al final del día tú tengas un carro que corra una clase en específico. Y también me dices que el detalle con los rotativos que no te gusta es que los rotativos, pues al no tener reglas, es all you can do. ¿Ves? Y es un all-in. Te vas a jugar un all-in en todo tiempo. ¿Cómo? Un muchacho como tú, corriendo un index de 1050, llega a ser relevante al punto de que una persona como Noris Prayonto, que es una leyenda, ponga los ojos en ti para él poner en tus manos un proyecto 0 millas totalmente nuevo y contratarte como driver para eso. I really want to know how you become relevant enough to a guy like Noris Prayonto can put the eyes on you and pick you as a driver of a car, of a brand new car with 0 miles, and he put that car on your hands, truly believing that you are the guy who can fit that car. So how that happened?
It goes back to my Civic being my canvas. I built a car and I won events in bracket. Okay, I did my thing in bracket. I won 2 events in bracket. Maybe I think 1 or 2 events in bracket, but I went through a lot of rounds. I was showing I can run competitively in bracket. Okay, I took a 2-year break, or a 1.5-year break, and I put the car for 1150. 1150, second event in 1150, I made the semifinals already. With un car it was only running 11.6, 11.8. Okay, next year comes 2020, I won 2 events 1150, and I got semifinals in 1 event because it rained out. Okay, so I have that portfolio already. I already have 6 to 7 wins, and 4 or 5 wins, but I have a lot of semifinals, runner-up. Okay, so with that, then with the photography thing, I know people, like I met people, and then they follow me, they see what I'm doing. Like, okay, he's already winning events, and he just started. So then I keep doing that. I keep racing events, keep winning events. And I was racing even like when my Civic was down. I was racing my daily driver and bracket, and I won the points championship. Okay, so at that point, the people that needed to see what like the other racers, they know that racers know when another racer is good. You know, not sometimes Prieto is really busy, so he's not going to pay attention to bracket. But the people that he does talk to see me winning bracket, winning index. And then when the whole talk comes up about this started with the all motor car.
Yeah, but I understand what you try to say, but there's a fact. You're not the only one that in the index bracket racing is really good. There's a lot of guys there winning events even more than you.
Yeah.
You know, how things going that make you special in between, even in the middle of 20 plus drivers. Quiero saber de qué manera tú puedes resaltar en una categoría donde hay 20 choferes mejores que tú, que han ganado más eventos que tú, que son más relevantes y que no tuvieron esa oportunidad.
Because I knew that to get to that level, I had to get first my license. So I was lucky that Ruimarte let me drive his car to get the license, my entry license. Okay, so when I got my license, Prieto at the same time was looking for a driver for his all-motor car, the one that Loan drove. So at the time, Adrian had just stepped away from driving. So I sent him a resume with what I already did for the all-motor car. But at the time, you know, my resume wasn't as good as he was looking for. Okay, so then that same year, I really focused. He told me no. He told me, like, you know, thank you for applying, but, you know, you weren't chosen. Okay. So then, what I did that year, the rest of the year, was I put my full focus on trying to prove that I can drive a car that 9 seconds. That's what I was trying to do, a car that 9 seconds. And I was running 9-8 in Luis Martin's car, and I got semifinals, you know, runner up.
Sí,
blah, blah, blah.
Que tú hiciste un acercamiento a Prayonto, enviaste tu resumen con todo lo que tú habías logrado, pero no lograste impresionarlo lo suficiente como para poderte contratar. Y tú entiendes que Prayonto te haya dicho que no porque realmente todavía te faltaban cosas por lograr. Tú entiendes que tú tenías que probarle a él que tú eras la persona indicada, o lo cogiste personal y dijiste, ok, mira, esta es la respuesta que yo tengo, pues yo tengo que mejorar esto entonces. Y entonces querías probarte a ti mismo de que tú eras ese chofer que en un principio él no quiso.
Yeah.
¿Lo viste desde ese punto de vista?
Yeah, I wanted to prove. I knew I'm confident in my driving. I'm confident in who I am. But I know in business, in terms of business,
yes,
I had to do my resume. I had to expand my resume.
Yeah.
So that took it as a responsibility on me that if I want to become more successful, I have to expand my resume.
But at the end of the day, you was very intelligent, because even when there is a lot of good drivers out there, you play the card, sending the resume. You know, at least he understand that I need to keep my eye on this guy because this guy did that.
Yeah.
So lo jugaste bien porque envías tu resumen no lo impresiona, pero lo obliga a decir, mano, yo tengo que estar pendiente de este muchacho porque tuvo la valentía de enviarme esto. Y ahí es donde él pone entonces el ojo para saber qué tú ibas a hacer.
And I did it in a professional way. I did an actual resume. Like, I didn't just give him text or DM, oh, let me drive. No, I did an actual resume year by year. Every event I raced every year, my average reaction time, my weight, my location. I gave him a cover letter, you know, saying that, you know, I come from a background, they're unique, like the brand. Okay, we know all the I'm known to other racers, so I'm not gonna be a bad image on you. I don't have a bad image. I have an image that you know, everyone know me the photography, everybody know me the winning event. Okay, I don't have bad blood. I don't have no beef with anybody.
Sí, que lo hiciste de la manera profesional que debe hacerlo cualquier persona. dejándole saber, ¿verdad? Que eres parte de Unique, que eres un tipo serio, que estás detrás de algo que es un goal, que te gustaría lograrlo, y que lo hiciste de esa manera para que todos los planetas se alinearan y llamar la atención de él. Sabes que definitivamente...
And it helps también que, you know, I weigh 130 pounds. That's another big thing. Keeping my physique.
Yeah.
Staying 130 pounds, staying clean, you know, not letting dedicating my entire life to racing, knowing that if I want to be a driver, I have to look like a driver, I have to be a driver, and I have to fit the driver mentality. Like, I have to dedicate everything to that. Okay, I can't, you know, mess around on the street and then hope to be a professional driver. Okay, it don't mix. You know, if you want to be professional, you have to act professional. You have to do things the professional way.
Sí, que te la jugaste en el asunto de que no trataste de no embarrarla, tu peso te ayuda, él lo va a considerar, él sabe lo que hay y definitivamente pues te pudo considerar. Uh-huh. Quiero saber cómo se da ese toque final, ¿verdad? En el que él te hace el acercamiento. Y quiero saberlo porque hay muchas personas que nos están viendo y que muchas veces pues no saben la manera de poderlo hacer correctamente, y esto maybe es un tutorial para que los muchachos sepan cómo se hace. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Y cómo se dio ese acercamiento de parte de Prayonto? I need to know how
it happened, exactly.
How that happened, you know, because it's a good story to tell, because there is a lot of guys out there that really needs to know how the way to do things good, to have at the end of the day, you know, the things that you want.
So the way it happened was when he was choosing to drive for the all motor car, everybody was tagging me. I wasn't asking people to tag me, but people know, you know, it was my goal. You know, people knew that my goal was to drive for other people. I have my Civic, but my goal was always to drive for other people because I want to be a driver, not a team owner, because that's a lot of responsibility, a lot of time and money. Pero, I forgot where it was.
You told me that you really want to become a pro driver.
Okay. So when everyone was tagging me for the all motor car and it didn't happen, everyone was like, "Dang, what happened?" So then when that happened, I built a relationship with other sport four-wheel drive drivers and other all motor drivers, and I kept, you know, building connections with them. So then when Dylan left Prayonto, he was stuck with a car that he was building for Dylan.
Yeah.
But he had no driver. So he went back to all the other drivers in Sport 4-wheel drive, and he asked them, "Who do you think could drive? Who do you think could do this?" You know,
and everybody's telling the same thing. Man, there is no casualties. That everybody tag me this guy, and when I talk everybody, man, give this guy the opportunity. You know.
Yeah, like I left a good impression on a lot of people, and a lot of people wanted to see me succeed because they know I had the potential. So like the notable ones were Ricky Silva, the CLM. He was one of the biggest people pushing my name, and he even sponsored the car, you know, because I was going to be the driver. Nati Racing. Rafa. He was another one. He was telling Norris, put him in the car. Angel Cruz, the old owner of Goldie, the one that was with Prayonto, I mean, he was telling him to put me in all motor cars. So he asked all these people, and everybody referred me to him, so he reached out to me for an updated resume. The same email I sent him, he replied back, "Send me your resume from this year." So I sent him the resume. I ran Sport 4-wheel drive. I ran 10-0. I went 8s. I pulled the parachute. I had my license. I had all these things that checked the boxes. I still have my weight. So then he asked for more information. He asked for GoPro videos. He asked for like videos of, you know, I made him a video link, you know, of all my passes running 8 seconds. And he looked at all of them. He asked me why I did this, why I did that, you know. Some videos you see the car got squirrely and I saved it, you know. So that's what happened. Then we started emailing back and forth, and he was asking me, "Are you still weighing the same? Da 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 da. How tall are you? Whatever." So in those he asked me very important questions, and I had, you know, I tried to answer them the best I could, you know, and being honest and being humble. And when he told me, "How do you feel going 185 miles per hour?" I was like, going fast is not a problem.
I never been there. So.
Yeah, I never did it, but I know it's dangerous, and I know you know, it's something I have to learn with the car. If that's something you're worried about, I understand. You know, it's being coming off humble but willing to learn. That's the biggest thing. I always try to be willing to learn. I don't want to come off from I know everything, because I don't know everything. I don't know a fraction of what I want to know. But the biggest thing was coming off as I want to learn, and I know the risk he was taking.
Sí, básicamente se mantuvieron en comunicación vía email. Él haciéndote preguntas, ¿verdad? ¿Qué tú opinas de 180 millas? ¿Qué tú opinas guiar de esta manera? Envíame videos tuyos. O sea, él hizo un search completo de lo que tú hacías. Dame un update de lo que has hecho este año. Y evaluó básicamente todas las cosas, ¿verdad? De todas las posibles maneras para estar 100% seguro de que esa contratación va a ser la mejor opción para su equipo de trabajo. Es bien importante saber, the most important thing is this. Behind, it's not just Prajonto. Behind him, there's a corporate thing, you know, a lot of companies putting money in the Prajonto brand to promote this product. So indirectly, it's your responsibility, you know, to do a good job, to maybe promote that those guys renew a new business as a team owner with Prajonto. So it's very difficult thing. So lo hiciste todo bien estructurado, te fuiste humilde. Mira, pues, realmente, pues si eso te preocupa, yo nunca he podido estar sobre las 180 millas, pero estoy dispuesto a aprender, ¿verdad? Y se te dio. ¿Te contrata de inmediato o te da la oportunidad de probar tus habilidades? Did Prajonto hire you immediately, or he just testing you, or how that happened?
He wanted to do a test session first.
Yes.
To make sure that I didn't do any, like I could handle the car.
Yes.
I mean, I got fitted into the car. The car was made for me. The shifter is put for me. The steering wheel is for me. The cage is for me. But he still said we have to test the car first before anything.
Yes.
And when we tested the first time, we only had one weekend before the first event. And, you know, he has sponsors, so he has contracts to meet with the sponsors, things to meet. So we went to the first event. Well, the first test session, we made 3 passes. One didn't work. The car had an issue, new car.
Yes.
And then first pass was first full pass was first, second gear. That's it. And then next pass, 1, 2, 3. And in third gear, the car went to the left and I let off. That's all the testing we had. So then we went to Virginia for the shakedown, basically untested. I didn't even do un pass to the 330. And then, in my eyes, it was never like something set, como like, oh, now you're hired.
Yes, definitely.
Because, you know, I look at it como un internship.
Sí, que básicamente tus primeros testing fueron 60 pies, el carro tiró para el lado, tuviste que levantar el pedal, fuiste lo más responsable posible, y de inmediato la semana después se presenta un evento en Virginia, te tienes que parar allí con los duros, ¿verdad que sí? Y entonces no habías llegado a los 330 todavía con el carro. ¿Y qué pasó? What happened in that event?
We did testing, and first test pass, I did 1, 2, 3, 4. The car went straight the whole pass, and I think we ran 8 something, 8.3, 8.4. And then the next pass, then the last pass for testing, I went 8.1, 8.19. The first full pass, 7.93. But when I crossed the finish line, the car was pointing to the wall. I let off, and it moved a seat. I never been that fast. I went 193 miles per hour. The car went straight left, and he told me his biggest fear was that he built 2 cars brand new, and first passes, those cars both crashed. So he had that in his back of his mind. He told me that before the pass. Okay, this will be full pass, and remember what I told you. Okay, I have bad luck with cars doing the first full pass. So the first pass, I went 793, happy, woo woo. But the car was pointing towards the wall as soon as I crossed the finish line, and I was able to save it. And I think that pass was when he was like,
"You're the guy.
You're the guy."
Your first full pass, 7 seconds. So tu primer pase con Prajonto full, ya habías corrido 8.19 levantando el pedal en cuarta, y el primer full pass es un 7.93. El carro se barre en la parte de abajo. Ya él había dicho, mira, por favor, tengo problemas en los primeros pases, ya he destruido 2 carros de la misma manera, no me gustaría que este fuera el tercero. So, ten cuidado. Y te pasa exactamente lo mismo que hablaron y encontraste la manera de que el carro no tocara la valla. Y me estás diciendo que ese fue el pase que literalmente te dio el contrato.
Yeah.
Ese evento, ¿cómo te fue?
I made it to runner-up. Well, it was runner-up, pero that round that we ran, the final, was un semi-final, como in the ladder. Claro. Because there was an issue with the other drivers because they had a fight, they got disqualified.
Yeah.
So me and Rafa were in semi-final, but we're the last 2 cars left.
Entonces, tu primer evento, ya estás en una semifinal que se convierte en una final, porque en el otro lado del ladder los 2 carros se eliminan y de semifinal pasa a ser la final después del front wheel drive y te toca con Nati.
Yep, con Nati. And let me go back. First pass, I had Danny Tuni in La Pica.
Yeah.
I did 005 light, and then I went 8-3 let him early because I have the mic. So he told me, I'm good. I can let off. Try not to, risk the car. Okay. And then second round, I had Miss PSI, Nicole, a car that runs 7.8, 7.9 consistent. So then we know because my car runs 7, but I'm not comfortable doing full pass. At that event, I was not comfortable. I was not scared, but I was being careful.
Yeah. Just give the respect that the car deserves.
Yeah.
That's it.
So that against her, I went 8-1 to her 7-8 whole shot win, 030 to 300 light. And then for the semifinal, I had the round after that I had in Byron, and then I had Nati in the final where I did better light, but his car was just faster. So I got runner up.
Ahí no había manera. Y de hecho, Rafa en ese evento venía cogiendo duro, consistente, eso no. Estaba haciendo 7-7, ¿verdad?
7-8.
7-8, era el más rápido también, creo que cualificó primero también. So, había que comerse a Rafa en la final y no estaba fácil. So, quiere decir que de esta manera, cuando tú enviaste esos resúmenes, tú de verdad pensaste que iba a ser de esa manera. When you send those resumes, you already in your mindset, you already set to prove yourself that you made for that position?
Yes, because taking pictures all the time, I saw these racers. I knew that they're good drivers, but not good racers. And that was my advantage. Okay, I'm a good racer. I'm a good racer, but also a good driver. But a better racer than I am driver. I understand the race more than a lot of people do. I understand the tree. I understand how the time slip works. I understand the games you have to play. The mindset you have to have. So I already knew Sport Formula Drive, it's a tough class. Like there's good drivers,
sí.
But not everybody's a racer in that class, and that's where I had the confidence to race.
Sí, que tú entiendes que hay muchos drivers buenos, pero cogedores son mejores. Y tú te consideras que siempre has sido un buen corredor porque conoces el palo de luces, conoces las reglas, conoces todo, te has dedicado a estudiar el deporte y eso te puso en ventaja. Cuando tú estás en la fila y tú tienes la oportunidad de observar al frente tuyo esa variedad tan grande de corredores buenos que hay y tú sabes que te vas a enfrentar a ellos, ¿cómo te hace sentir? Once you are in the lanes, when you see all those legends, all these guys, with the fastest cars, how that feel? How do you feel about that? ¿Cómo te hace sentir? Race against those guys that you maybe race against in dreams. Right now in real life, those guys are against you. Everybody against Yerall because now with 793 you have a real good car and you're a real good racer. So the guy who thinks you're going to be an easy round is wrong. So now you become this guy, the chasing guy. How that feel? Estar en la posición de ser el driver que todo el mundo quiere.
I felt this. It was the same thing at Index. I came from nothing, from nowhere, and I was the biggest threat as soon as I got in. So the feeling that like being with other people that are more prestigious, more experienced, it doesn't affect me. I take it to account. I know that these people have a lot of experience.
Claro.
Like Ricky Silva, Rafa, Chapulín.
Todos están ahí porque son buenos.
They've been racing that class for years.
Yeah.
Pero I already know, from my first event, I did a lot of things that a lot of people haven't done yet.
Sí, y de hecho, tienes una ventaja y es muy cierto que has hecho muchas cosas en muy poco tiempo que a esos drivers les tomó mucho tiempo poderlas hacer. Y lo demostraste, ¿verdad? Y en tu primer evento básicamente corres 7, te metes en el grupo de los Sport Front Wheel Drive, ¿verdad? No de los más rápidos, porque ya los de los más rápidos empiezan ya en 7-8, pero ya estás a punto de entrar allí, en un carro básicamente nuevo, que en la medida en que tú lo vayas guiando, Prayonto va a seguir apretando y ajustándolo con la data y van a correr para allá abajo. Y poderte meter con ese grupo es algo selectivo, eso no es algo que es tan fácil como parece. So, there is no easy way to compete those guys in sport front wheel drive, even when you know those guys have more experience than you. So you came like in parachute, you know, and established so fast. So
that makes you feel. It makes me feel confident. Okay, maybe I might have my self doubts, but they think I'm a threat. So I have to prove to them that I am the threat. So that I make that my responsibility is to make myself as bad as they think I am. You know, if they think they can take me out easy, then I'm gonna make sure they know I'm not that easy to take out. And if they think I'm a threat,
that was my conversation with Rafa, because when I saw that final, I saw the onboard video, and you once you left the pedal clutch, he was in the front, and he was losing the you know, that round.
Yeah.
But he made power, and he can catch you.
Yeah.
Just closer at the 8 mile.
Yeah.
You know, because he was fastest.
And that pass, if you add our reaction time and our 8th mile, we were side by side. We ran the exact same. We ran to the 8th the same exact time.
Yeah. At the end, you deserve the respect that you earn. Al final del día, ese pase te dio el respeto, ¿verdad? Porque pudiste competir con Rafa. Rafa tiene sus juguetes de 5 segundos y todo, pero es un competidor de Sport Front Wheel Drive. He's a truly front wheel drive guy.
Yeah.
He has the big car, the Nati, you know, the 5-second car, but his toy is front wheel drive.
Yeah.
So he knows the business. He know how to race everybody. And in your first round, face him in the final. He told me that you're going to be great. So creo que do you think deep in your side, in your heart, that you made for this?
Yeah.
I
think it feels supernatural to me. Like, I don't feel like I'm in cloud 9. I feel like I made the steps and I did it the way that maybe God wanted me to do it, little by little.
Definitely.
So when I'm running those finals, I'm running against these people. It feels more like natural, like I was meant to be there.
Sí, que te has sentido de que estás tan concentrado en lo que haces, que te sientes que eres parte del grupo, que te sientes que no tienes esa presión de... Yo creo, I think that in the final, I think that's the way that you work hard for that. So now that work pays you back. You know, the effort.
Yeah.
So I think you're gonna be so good that everybody is gonna give you the respect that you earn. You know, I know you have a lot of power. You know, because I know Prayonto is not going to give you you know, all the power on the car.
Yeah.
But now with the data, he can put the power you need to get more competitive. So it's gonna be so interesting to see more rounds. You know, bigger events. To see everybody compete against you. So me gusta la idea de poderte ver compitiendo de tú a tú con los mejores.
But that's the good thing about me and Prayonto, that we're both racers. So maybe people see the car, okay, maybe we're running 8.0, 8.1, but that's because we know together we don't have to go 7.9 every pass. We agree
Yeah.
Me and him, like, we're on the same page. Okay? It's about winning the events. I like to win events. I like to get the trophy. I like to get the check. I like to make the sponsors happy. That's what I like to do. I like to see the videos from the starting line when everyone's happy that we win the event, we get runner-up or whatever.
Do you see yourself driving another platform, or you want to stay in front-wheel drive? ¿Tú te ves a futuro guiando otras plataformas más rápidas, o por el momento tú entiendes que en este momento te tienes que quedar en Sport front-wheel drive?
I feel like when I win a Sport front-wheel drive, when I win a Sport front-wheel drive, I feel like I already proved what I had to prove in that class, and I want to keep going up. I mean, I'm not. That's not saying okay, I'm gonna win and then just abandon.
Yeah.
Because like Rafa, he's still in his front wheel drive.
Yes.
Like Ricky Silva, he won plenty of events, but he still races because it's a competitive class, and I like to race. I like numbers, but I like to compete and I like to race. So even like 1150 index and 50 index, I already won, but I love racing those classes. I like racing competitively, so I want to keep going up. But that doesn't mean I'm going to let go of the Sport front-wheel drive class.
Yerall, I really want to give you thanks for giving me this amazing conversation. I really want to wish you a lot of blessing. I think you deserve what happened in your life right now. Me encanta saber que te lo luchaste y te lo mereces, porque ¿verdad? Lo trabajaste. Y quiero darte las gracias por darme la oportunidad de poderte documentar y ser la primera persona de entrevistar a un futuro corredor de mucho éxito, ¿verdad? En la categoría Sport front-wheel drive, y que pudieras compartir con todos nosotros esta oportunidad, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Vine de Puerto Rico específicamente porque creo que you become a phenom. Creo que eres un fenómeno. No todo el mundo tiene la capacidad de hacer lo que tú has hecho en muy corto tiempo. Nobody has the opportunity or the ability to do what you've done in this short time. So I really want to congrats you. I wish you the best of luck, and I hope you start to win events and put the brand of Prayonto, in the spot that he deserves.
Yeah.
So, thank you for giving me the opportunity, like I said.
Thank you.
Y de verdad te deseo mucho éxito, bro.
Thank you.
Estamos. Así que de esta manera dejamos debidamente documentado a nuestro panita Yerall, un joven que se ha abierto camino en la categoría Sport front-wheel drive y que en bien poco tiempo se ha establecido como uno de los duros. Esto apenas comienza, gente. Esta carita, estén pendientes porque la van a ver en el Winner Circle próximamente. Creo que es un chamaco que tiene la educación y tiene la paciencia, tiene la gallardía, y estudia el deporte. Y eso es lo más importante.
Yep.
Bro, thank you.
Thank you.
Así que queda debidamente documentado para Stream Drag Photo nuestro panita Yerall. Quiero agradecer públicamente también a la familia de Unique Drag Photo por haberme abierto las puertas de su hogar y darme la oportunidad de poder entrevistar a Yerall. Yerall, thank you.
Thank you.
La hicimos en Spanglish. I did this in Spanish and English. I push myself. My English is not that good, but I try. So at the end, these young people who like English can see this, and my people in Spanish can understand what every single word that we say here.
Yeah.
So thank you. Nos vemos, corillo. Pendientes que seguimos con más de Stream Drag Photo. El mejor contenido del dragueo en Puerto Rico lo tiene Stream Drag Photo. Los veo, corillo.
Hay niveles, gente, hay niveles. Y definitivamente, de la manera en que este caballero ve el deporte, no muchos lo ven. Es un enfermo del time sleep y definitivamente está donde está por méritos propios. Yo estoy sumamente contento por la oportunidad que el hombre me dio. Y ¿qué les puedo decir que ya él no haya dicho? Disciplina, muchachito bien educado, y le deseo todo lo mejor. Así que, corillo, si no estás suscrito a mi canal, suscríbete. No pierdas contacto con el mejor contenido que hay en el dragueo en Puerto Rico en este momento. También le quiero dar las gracias a la buena gente de MECTEC College, Teoría y Práctica, la fórmula del éxito. Gracias también a la buena gente de Polluelo, AutoCorp. Gracias a LP Fast Electrical. También a la buena gente de Liqui Moly, porque todo lo que conduce funciona mejor con Liqui Moly. Gracias a De la Cruz Motorsports. No pierdas la señal de tu trigger. Utiliza los sensores de la Cruz Motorsports. Gente, estamos todavía en los Estados Unidos. Ya próximamente estaremos llegando a PR. Estamos grabando unas entrevistas acá. Tenemos otro viaje pendiente para la República Dominicana. Prepárense, vamos a estar allá pronto. Y también regresamos al área norte para otras entrevistas. Así que, gente, hay mucho trabajo. Si te quieres unir a esta vuelta, comunícate al 787-518-2026 o a MikeTurboTech@hotmail.com. Así que, corillo, si deseas anunciar tu compañía y ser parte de esta vuelta, eres más que bienvenido. Y nada, los dejo porque vamos a grabar un contenido hoy bien interesante con una persona bien importante y bien vocal. Estén pendientes, Yerall, felicitamos, ¿verdad? Te felicitamos en tu día. Y corillo, bien importante, se te pueden olvidar muchas cosas, pero no se te puede olvidar que Dios es bueno y que Dios está ahí siempre para ti. Cheque, nos vemos en la próxima.